Today's been amazing. We've seen a team of 19 people running for Love146, and that's really important for a number of reasons. Firstly, it's raised us what seems like to be an amazing amount of money, which will be ploughed straight back into the work of Love146. It's also amazing because the issue of trafficking has been brought to a wider audience too.
When you support an organisation like Love146, it's something which becomes part of your life. It's in your everyday. You talk about it with your friends, with your family. When you realise how bad trafficking is in the UK, it moves you to want to do something about it beyond just wanting to give.
I watched how the organisation came about, and it just was so powerful that it moved me to actually do something about it. You know, it's really important that we get the message out there because this is on our doorsteps.
For me, there's a synergy between what Love146 do and running, because to run a half marathon takes endurance, it takes persistence. And if you look at the journey of Love146, and if you look at what anti-trafficking charities do, there is such a persistence and such an endurance to see change, to be able to support children that have been trafficked.
You know, I've got a daughter who's 7 years old, and she loves to run, she loves to play. She ran the mini mile today with us for Love146. But there are literally thousands of kids who are 7 years old, 8 years old, 10, 15 years old, who can't run, who don't have the freedom to go out and do that, who have been put into a life where they don't have a choice. They're taken from homes and families, they're moved countries. There's just absolutely no justice in that. So I ran for them. I ran to try and raise awareness, to raise support, to do something to help end that slavery for these kids.
One of the Love146 leaders said, you know, when it's tough on the race, squeeze your hand and imagine that you're squeezing one of the children's hands, because you are running so they can run free. And I find that to be incredibly encouraging in a way, but also it reminds me when it's really tough, namely on the hills, that this is why I'm doing it. I can run freely and I can go home free. And I do it because of that.
Well, it was somewhat of a relief to cross the line, but there was a purpose today, and it was really great to finish for Love146.
For me, the sense of elation as you cross the finish line is kind of, you know, I'm doing something, I've done it, and it's all for a good cause.
And I remember running up the edge of the park there and seeing a bunch of red jerseys cheering me on and thinking, this is what I'm running for. I'm running for this team of people that are out here for Love146, and I crossed the finish line. That's it.
Today we've raised an amazing amount of money, and it might be a small drop in the ocean, but there's a very famous quote from Edmund Burke, which is the only thing for evil to succeed is for the good man to do nothing. That's why I'm doing something about it. I'm not doing nothing, I'm doing something. So that's why I run, and that's why I support the work of Love146.